Heather McDonald has got the juiciest scoop. When you're on the road, when you're on the go, Juicy Scoop is the show to know. She talks Hollywood tales, her real life Mr. Segment serial data, and serial sister. You'll be addicted and addicted fast to the #1 tabloid real life podcast. Listen in, listen up. Whoop, whoop. Heather McDonald, Juicy Scoop.
Hello and welcome to Juicy Scoop. We have a salty and sweet treat. Fortune. Good Fortune. Fortune Feimster. Everyone's favorite girl.
Everyone's favorite Juicy Scooper.
Wow.
I'm not everyone's favorite. I'm just I pop in and everyone hopefully smiles.
Listen, you're a regular, but you are so busy you can't be as regular as everyone would like. So
That's
this is
right.
a real treat.
There are other favorites now, which I'm happy for them.
Okay.
Because you guys are spreading a lot of love and pop culture and Juicy Scoop.
I'm trying, but Fortune, I'm so excited to talk to you because we are going to have to do the follow-up of the biggest story of my life.
You're getting right into it. That's how big this story is.
Vanderpump rules scandal. Many people said I explained it very well to Chris. You said you're sort of up on it, so you can ask any questions.
I will be asking questions because here's how good
Yes.
this scandal is. I've never watched a single episode of Vanderpump Rules. That's the name of it, right?
Right? Yeah.
Never watched it ever. I don't know who anyone is. I know of Lala because of she comes on.
Yeah.
She's on here
Yeah.
and Jeff Lewis. But this scandal was so intriguing that I've been following it for the last few days, not knowing any of these people or the context, the show. And I know that it's even juicier for the people that have followed this because there's all this friend group is so
Well, it's funny, like
intertwined.
why we're so intrigued, right?
Yeah.
So yesterday, I go to Dr. Kasabian, who does my Botox.
Okay.
Everybody, Lift MD Beverly Hills is fabulous. And
I've never had Botox.
He walks in. Oh, that little baby face of yours. He walks in with all his needles. And he's like, so what is this Vanderpump? So I had to explain the whole thing why he's like getting my face. And I'm like, I'm just like, could you just listen to my show?
Right.
But anyway, so there's some things that have happened since.
Oh, get into it, girl.
So as you know, Tom Sandoval was with Ariana. They lived together, owned a home together in Valley Village. And
9 years together.
9
right?
years together.
Okay.
And we find out that he's been sleeping with Raquel,
whose actual name is Rachel.
Whose actual name is Rachel, who former beauty pageant, 28 years old. And everybody's blindsided.
Yeah.
All the friends are blindsided. Everyone's in a tizzy.
Because she also smooched his best friend at one point,
Tom Schwartz. Yes.
Which I didn't know they were the Tom and Tom of Tom Tom.
They are the Tom Toms.
Everything's coming together now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So first of all, let me read
Can
their
I just
statements.
ask you one
Yes.
question before we get into this?
Yes.
At what point does one go from Rachel to Raquel?
I love that you said that. I don't know because Lala is my girl, but at one time she was Lauren.
That's true, yeah.
So I joked the other day that I'm going to be Heatherina McDonaldina, just like Hilaria.
I guess once you know you're going to be on a hit TV show, you're like, Rachel's just a little boring. I think I need to amp it up. I think I'm now Raquel.
I kind of feel like that's a weird level. Like I feel like Lala is kind of cool because it kind of comes from Lauren. It's like if my name was Heather, it is.
If my name were Heather,
I think it would have to be like Hyla or something. Like if I was gonna go
it's gotta be different.
A little different. Like I wouldn't just go from Heather to Hillary. I wouldn't. That's too close together.
I don't know that I would remember Lauren Kent.
Yeah.
But I will remember Lala Kent.
Yeah.
So it does work.
Right. And what about you, Fortune?
Well, Fortune's my middle name.
Right.
Yeah.
But as a little girl, you were Emily.
I was Emily.
Yeah. So why are you bagging?
That? No, I'm not bagging. I'm just saying, what is the thing that I know where my thing was?
When was the day that you said, I think Fortune's going to make me a star versus Emily?
Well, it wasn't that. It was, I did my very first ever improv class and no one knew me in LA. I was in early 20s. For those that don't know the story, Fortune's my middle name. I grew up as Emily, but my grandmother always wanted me to be Fortune. And my mom told her I would have to be Miss America to live up to a name like that. which I said, how dare you not think I could be Miss America.
Also, Rachel wanted to be Miss America.
So but my mom loved the name Emily. I was named after her cousin. And after my grandmother died, I was like, in the back of my head, I was like, if I ever do any sort of performance, I think I'm going to try Fortune as kind of a nod to my grandmother, thinking I could be Emily in life and Fortune on stage, but it doesn't quite work like that. You kind of become that person. So I did my first ever Groundlings improv class, and I was like, no one knows me. I'm gonna just say my name's Fortune. I'm just curious. It's kind of like a social experiment.
Yeah.
And at the end of the class, you know how they do those games. We sat in a circle, and the teacher said, "I want everyone to try to remember people's name. Just say out and that no one can remember anyone's name
except
all 15 people went Fortune, 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 and I went, there you go.
You're like a Star is Born.
A Star is born, baby.
And you left that class and you said, I'm doing this.
Said Emily is dead. But it, was waited for me to have it's a cool family name. It's my great grandma's maiden name and a nod to my grandma.
It's super unique, and obviously it's the only reason that you're famous today.
That's the only reason.
The only reason. Okay, so Tom Sandoval first put out a statement where he was like, please don't attack my business with Tom Schwartz. They have 2 restaurants. Don't leave the mean reviews on Yelp. Everyone is suffering. I'm not the only one that owns this thing.
Right.
But he never mentioned Ariana, which made the fans furious.
He didn't apologize.
So last night he wrote this. Wait, let me do Tom's first. So Tom's came out first, and then Raquel's came shortly after.
Where did he release it? Instagram?
On his Instagram. Okay. I want to first and foremost apologize to everyone I've hurt through the process. Most of all, I want to apologize to Ariana. I made mistakes. I was selfish. I made reckless decisions that hurt somebody I love. No one deserves to feel that pain so traumatically and publicly. I can only imagine how devastating this has been for Ariana and everyone around us. I feel really horrible about that. My biggest regret is that I dishonored Ariana. I never meant to disappoint so many people, including our loving families and friends. I love that. I never meant to. We know while you're screwing Raquel, you weren't like, I hope this hurts my friends and family. We know you were just completely selfish.
Right.
Because that's what cheaters are.
That's what that is.
They're selfish. I can only imagine how devastating this has been for Ariana and everyone around us. I feel really horrible about that. My biggest regret is that I dishonored Ariana. I never meant to disappoint so many people, including our loving families and friends. My love for Ariana was stronger than any camera could ever have captured. I don't believe you wrote that sentence. Too profound. Some of our best times together were never filmed. And same goes for some of our biggest struggles. I wish things happened in a different order because I still like Raquel. That's what I think.
Really?
In a different order, yeah. And our relationship was not severely tarnished, and that I ended with the same respect for her that it began with. I owed Ariana better. I am beyond sad that I ended the way it did. The choices I made hurt so many people. I acted in a way that clashes with who and how I want to be. Okay. I will continue to reflect and work on myself. I have work to do. I always have and I always will. I think it was a very good put together thing. I think he had a lot of hands in helping him write it.
Right.
The amount of times that he said the name Ariana is good since he didn't mention her at all in the first one. It's the best he could have said.
Right.
So,
I mean, honestly, from what I've read about their relationship, it seemed like they were like kind of on
not boning,
not great path, right?
Well,
but it's just a shame that they couldn't have just ended it without the Raquel.
What I think happened is I think they have, like, she's had some issues with like mental health. She did kind of say she was bi at one time. But I kind of think they were in a really, really good place.
Oh, really?
And a really happy place. And but I also think they might have been a little living like roommates.
Right.
But no one was trying to, this is just my personal opinion. No one was trying to bone each other.
Okay.
But they were also like, we're not fighting.
Right.
So like, I think she was completely blindsided and she never suspected anything.
Yeah.
Because they were getting along really well and he was doing his cover band stuff and she was having fun supporting him and she was hoping to open her sandwich shop with Katie and they're on the show and the restaurant opens and
right.
I just don't think
it seemed like things were good and that he was busy. she just assumed he was busy with the restaurants and
Yeah.
the band.
Let's invite our single friend. She's got nothing. Sorry, Raquel. I think Ariana was like, let's invite our single friend, Raquel,
They would all hang out and stuff.
all the time.
Oh, really?
Include
that
her.
sucks. Yeah.
You know, and then she's like, he's like a big brother to me. Okay, so
Oh,
then
really?
that's what she said about Tom.
Weird.
And she said, Tom taught me how to have boundaries.
It doesn't
Tom's
sound
been
like
so
it.
supportive. I know.
You failed at that one.
And so
I
then
don't know. This look of his is interesting. Is this for the band?
the mustache is new. He wears a lot of eyeliner.
And the hair is like,
yeah,
very,
because
like
he's very into this, like,
this rocker thing.
yeah,
Okay.
he's like Countess Luann 2.0.
And she found out the night of his show, right? She like went,
So they were at the show, his
Mhm.
show, which was Wednesday night in Orange County.
Yeah.
And Raquel and Scheana were doing Watch What Happens Live. She's
Yeah.
another cast member in New York, 3 hours ahead.
Yeah.
And somehow, this is what I think.
She got his phone.
Or I think he was like, here, answer this person. Like, I think it was probably a mutual friend of theirs that was like, I'm
Okay.
going to meet you backstage.
Yeah.
She answers the phone and hangs up. And now
And-
the phone's open and she has access. And something compelled her to look at the
look.
text exchange between the two of
She
them.
must have already some feeling.
There must have been
Yeah.
something that made her just go, let me look at this.
Yeah.
In it, she scrolls through and sees that there's a recorded FaceTime of Raquel doing something sexual to herself.
Whoa. Now I read today that Raquel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Raquel has since hired attorneys and everything.
Okay.
And one thing that went out was a cease and desist letter to all the cast members saying,
Don't send that recording.
if for some reason you have access to this recording, if
Yeah.
you share it with anybody and don't delete it, or even if you keep it on your phone, you could be facing legal
Oh my
troubles
God.
because,
But
yeah,
1,000%, she's had to have. Other people have seen this video in that friend group, don't you think?
maybe they have.
Yeah.
Maybe they have. But like, so then Lala gets the cease and desist letter in her email and she goes off and she's like, I'm not dealing with this. You know, I got a baby to take care of. Okay. And I've never had somebody just send something into my email. Send it to my attorney, Daryl. Send it to Daryl.
Send it to
So everybody
Daryl.
goes crazy.
Everyone send it to. Oh my
so
God.
then
they
she
made-
made,
She
so
made a
Lala
shirt.
made, yeah, she made the shirt.
That is so.
Send it to
funny.
Daryl. Lala Ked.
I actually would totally rock that sweatshirt.
I know.
I don't even know who Daryl is, and I think that's hilarious.
Everyone's
Send
like,
it to Daryl.
Send it to my attorney.
Lala's
Daryl.
a businesswoman. She's like, she's
she's
making
on it.
money moves.
She already sold out all the leftover pallets that she did with Raquel called
yeah.
Bambi Died Bitch.
Yeah, and they've already sold out.
Sold out. She cut them
Lala.
down prices.
I've never met Lala, but she's making business moves.
Well, you missed my Christmas party.
I know.
Okay, so then, now the next thing that happened is Raquel filed a restraining order, a temporary restraining order against Scheana. Let me get a photo of Scheana.
Now this is all we know this for a fact. This is
a fact.
okay.
It's just temporary though. Okay.
Oh, but
So the way you do
I
that-
don't know who Scheana is.
Okay, so
she's on the show.
Scheana is the one who started the show.
Oh, okay.
Scheana was waitressing at Vanderpump's, Lisa Vanderpump's restaurant, and somehow Brandi Granville or whatever revealed to Lisa Vanderpump that girl who works for you, Scheana, slept with my husband Eddie Cibrian before he left me for what's the girl's?
Whoa.
Who's the
Yeah,
Leanne
Leanne
Rimes?
Rimes.
And
and
so
they were
then
like, "Ooh,
all,
this is
all the
juicy."
yeah. And then she's like, you know what you should do, Brandi? You should confront Scheana at my next event.
What?
So
I can't live my life like this.
then Brandi
This is too
Glanville
much.
confronted Scheana, and Sheena's like,
Oh, it was on the show.
yes, it was this. It was like the kickoff.
That's what everyone's talking
it
about.
was the kickoff
But
to the show.
Because everyone was like, "Oh, the OGs know that this show started on Housewives of
Yeah.
Beverly Hills," and I didn't know what they were talking about because I didn't get into Beverly Hills. I think till like a season after that.
Right. So then, so Sheena's, saying like, yes, I was this young girl, and this,
Yeah.
he told me he was single and this and whatever.
Okay.
So Scheana goes on.
But why is Raquel doing a restraining order?
I'll tell you what.
Oh,
So Scheana
sorry.
goes on to get married, divorced.
Okay.
Now she's married again, and she has a 2-year-old, or
Okay.
almost 2, named Summer. And she became really good friends with Raquel because
Okay.
when Raquel was trying to get with Tom Schwartz, and Katie was mad about it, who's Tom Schwartz's ex-wife, Katie.
Who's also on the show?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
She was like, "Don't, Katie, let her be single, whatever.
Okay.
So, and Katie was pissed at Scheana. So Scheana sticks her neck out of line for Raquel.
I see.
So now they've done Watch What Happens Live. They've done a
that
couple
night.
shots.
That's
Yeah.
the person she
And
did it
they're
with.
out 3 hours ahead.
Yeah.
Ariana sees the phone.
Oh my God, this is so juicy.
I know. And knows that they have been fucking. No doubt about it. Okay. She doesn't know that's been
And
going
she
on for
texts
7 months.
Scheana.
She immediately gets a hold of somehow, calls her, texts her something, tells Scheana.
Yeah.
Shares with her what's going on.
And Scheana confronts.
And allegedly,
Allegedly.
Scheana was so upset that maybe something physical happened between
no.
Scheana
Oh.
and Raquel.
that night, because they're hanging out in New York,
Right.
and she is.
But
this
like, I don't
information.
think there's like surveillance
We don't
cameras or
know.
anything like that.
Okay.
But I guess there was enough of a compelling story for Raquel to get the paperwork together
I see.
to get a temporary restraining
I
order
see.
against Scheana. So now, I guess Sheena's been served with this, and now it's
This is a drama.
March 27th is when Scheana has to show up to defend herself and say, you don't need a restraining order. I'm
Right.
assuming I don't live with this girl. I
Yeah.
blocked her from Instagram. I haven't talked to her since.
Now, can I ask
And
you a
yes.
question? Obviously, what happened is real, the cheating and
Yes,
everything.
yes.
But do you think some of this is going a little extra because of the show? Like, are we going a little overkill with the drama because they know it's juicy television? Or do you think this would be happening without the cameras?
Well, I think the aftermath of what I'm saying now about a restraining order and all that stuff,
Yeah.
yes, that's to save Raquel's future life.
On the show.
I think.
Okay.
Like you
Or
know,
just in
to
general.
appear, I think Raquel, which I'll read her statement, is appearing to be like a victim. I'm a victim
okay.
of physical assault. I've lost everything. Everyone's
According
mean
to
to me.
her.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to read her statement in a minute.
Okay.
So I think, yes, I don't think if they were just waitresses and she got caught screwing someone else's
It would
guy
just-
and they pushed her or whatever, I don't think she would then go down to the Van Nuys courthouse
All right.
in the cold and wait in line with her paperwork. No, I don't think she would. Okay.
The freezing cold in Van Nuys. It's 55 today.
It's been horrible. Yeah. I mean, come on. No, I don't think you would bother unless,
Okay.
I mean, and restraining orders are a really big deal that, started because someone had to get a restraining order from their horrible husband or boyfriend that
Mhm.
like wanted to kill them.
Right.
So, I mean, I hope that there is no need for it to be a permanent thing. I think
Right.
that she has a good case. But still, it's got to be really stressful for Scheana,
they're
who
gonna have
now has to get an attorney and fight this thing.
Yeah.
But a lot of people think that she's doing this whole thing
But also, they have a reunion at some point.
to get out of the reunion.
Oh, interesting.
Or Raquel does a reunion and Scheana has to be on a Zoom
Interesting. Okay.
because they can't be in the same room
It's
together.
unfolding as we speak.
But I think as Scheana, that's like, bitch, I was the original.
Right.
Like, really? But at the same time, someone was like, no, there's no, ever okay to put your hands on somebody. But
Okay.
whatever. We don't know if she did.
We don't know
We
anything.
don't know any of that. That's just the rumors, okay? And what people are writing. So now this is last night Raquel comes out with a statement.
Okay.
Kind of late at night she did. I want to apologize for my actions and my choices, foremost to Ariana and to my friends and fans who are so invested in our relationship. There is no excuse. I am not a victim, and I must own my actions, and I deeply regret hurting Ariana. I am reflecting on my choices, speaking to a counselor, and I am learning things about myself, such as my patterns of codependency and addiction to being and feeling loved. Love addiction is every cheater's
Mhm.
get out of jail free card.
Mhm.
I have sought emotional validation through intimate connections that are not healthy with regard to my own well-being, sometimes negatively affecting others, and often prioritizing the intimate connection over my friendships. Although I chose to be on a reality show, accepting the good and the bad, what comes with it beyond my own actions, I have been physically assaulted, lost friendships, received death threats, and hate emails, in addition to having had my privacy violated. I've begun counseling to end my unhealthy behavioral cycle, learn to set stronger emotional boundaries, and learn to protect my mental health. I don't expect sympathy, understanding, or forgiveness. Right now, I must focus on my own health and well-being. And as I strive to be a better person moving forward, I will prioritize my mental health and learn from my mistakes. So she has a PR company, but then I heard the PR company fired her. She has family. She has I think this was a really good move.
Mhm.
predicted that she would go to some type of rehab, blame it on alcohol. I also said that she would probably say she was groomed, even though she's 28, by a 40-year-old Tom Sandoval.
But
Now,
she didn't say that.
She didn't. That was my
Oh,
prediction.
oh,
But I
I
think
see.
I was a little bit close. The love addiction and saying that
Mhm.
you have been a victim of like some screwed up relationships.
Of
But
like
say- but
being
also-
addicted to someone
Yes.
liking you.
But also saying I'm not a victim, saying it, but then basically saying I am
Right.
is kind of smart. So both of their writers were good.
So you approve of these messages?
Yes, I think they were both smart moves. But the question is like, will they? So then, okay, let me tell you what else has happened.
Okay.
So
This is more juicy scoop.
Tom and Raquel do a scene on camera and they film
Okay. Recently. Oh,
just
after
like
all this.
like Saturday or something.
Oh my God. The TV show must be so pumped they're in production.
Well,
right
no,
now.
they weren't. They
They
were all
weren't.
done. They were just getting ready to do the reunion when all this
Wow.
broke and they picked up the cameras.
Whoa.
And so they get their, and according to the rumors and Entertainment Tonight or whoever's saying it, they did this. They filmed the scene with Raquel. He did kiss her, but he didn't like the way it came out and he wants to refilm. And they're like saying no.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
he's
that's
saying,
not
well, then
how it
I'm not
works,
going to do
right?
the reunion.
Oh, okay.
Now they
And
really
they
obviously
want that.
They obviously he won't film anymore at all,
Well, I
including the
mean,
reunion.
that he does. He knows he has some leverage.
I mean, this is the time to definitely work the leverage. Now people say it right from the start they're in love and they want to be together.
Well, yeah, I was gonna ask what you think.
It's really hard because I said, like, listen, the only way, as a couple days ago, I was like, I think if she's going to leave
Mm-hmm.
and not come back to Vanderpump Rules, I think that she needs to do a Larsa Pippen and just get a complete face transplant. Larsa
Oh.
Pippen is on my Real
Do we
Housewives
know
of
that
Miami.
she did, or we're just assuming?
Well, you're telling me these two girls look alike? That's the same person.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't watch the show.
Larsa Pippen was on Real Housewives of Miami. They didn't want a hiatus for 6 months, and she came back like this.
Isn't she dating Michael Jordan's son?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was married to Scottie Pippen.
Ooh, wow.
But when she married him, she's like Middle Eastern, and she's
Both of these versions of her are pretty, though.
totally pretty. But I mean, it's a point where you'd have to get a different driver's license.
Right.
And like, I don't know if
Or her lips are a lot bigger.
lips, nose, and the shape of the face
Oh,
and everything, the arch of the eyebrow, everything.
Yeah. Well, she
Anyway,
got divorced. She's living her best life.
I almost felt like Raquel would have to do that. Just like
No.
witness protection.
No, she's gonna get.
Okay.
They're all gonna get through this.
So anyway, Tom also was lucky enough to have cameras catch him as he went to a therapy appointment.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, okay, you're telling me like a therapist couldn't go, you know what? Let me just hop in my car and go to your friend's
Yeah.
apartment and do it there. No, come to my therapy,
Yeah.
my medical building at Witsit and whatever.
Oh, I've definitely been with people who are like, oh, I can't believe paparazzi are here, and they're like, fixing their hair that's already perfectly coiffed,
just
and
looking like exhausted.
they're full
like,
of makeup, and I go, wait, who's here? And they're like, oh, over there, and you're like, okay, come on.
have you been like walking across the street with somebody?
I'm not gonna say who, but
Okay,
I
don't.
have been with people who suddenly they were paparazzi and they acted like, I can't believe they're here, and I was like, okay.
I love
Because
that.
they're like full hair and makeup's done, and I remember being like, why are they so dressed up for like a regular day, you know what I mean, like
Right.
not an event.
So, Tom is trying, obviously. He's going to therapy. He's all screwed up. So, let me see everything that I got here. I want to make sure I got all the
Send
scoop.
it to Daryl. Those are gonna sell like hotcakes.
Also, this was interesting. There's this thing called Cam Soda, and they, according to TMZ yesterday, offered him an adult live stream. And everyone immediately thought, because no one bothers to go and then click and read the whole article. So
Okay,
all the
right.
comments were like, it's porn. It's like a live stream porn.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not.
Oh.
What they offered him, so he has this cover band,
Yeah.
and he has 12 cities coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, we're going to offer you Tom Sandoval and the Most Extras or whatever his band is called. to $550,000
Whoa.
or something like that, and $45,000 a show for you to stream the show, all 12 shows. So
That's it?
so-
Just stream it?
just stream it, but
Do it,
all,
bud.
I know, but all 12 times, and I'm like, okay, but it's cover band stuff.
Yeah, you're
It's
singing
not like
somebody
different-
else's song.
But also, once you stream it once, why would you have to stream it all the different ones? And you're not going to different
Who
cities.
cares? He's making the cashing the check.
Apparently, he turned it down, but I'm like, you need to take that check
You need
right
to take that check
now.
I
Because
mean, listen, we don't know the details of. I don't know
I'm-
who this company is, so I can.
I think you could stream it once.
I'm saying this based off of you saying just streaming a show.
I think you could stream it once. I don't know why you'd have to stream it 12 different
But
times.
if they're gonna pay you a show,
pay,
and it's not based on views, whatever.
take
But again,
that
I don't.
money.
If this is a porn site, I have no idea.
No, I don't. Maybe they do porn too, but this is for.
I have no idea.
And then Annie was like, what he should do is stream his therapy session, just like Prince Harry did.
Oh, is that what that was?
That's what he should do.
Oh.
Stream the therapy session.
I maybe he's trying to, not look like more of a jerk by cashing in on this, which I understand.
So, after the horrible Yelp reviews, I also heard the last 2 days, last night, the restaurant was full again. I mean, people
Right.
act like they're going to have pitchforks and stuff,
Yeah.
but, a couple days go by.
They're
these
like, I
pe-
want some sliders.
Yeah, yeah.
And this restaurant's open. They're
All
like,
these-
Team Ariana. And they're like, but I do like the drink.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And so I'm like, at first I was like, oh my God, his next show, got a show coming up in a month.
Those probably sell out. What do you think?
Now I think it will.
Yeah.
And I think,
Because I didn't know who he was before this.
and also he'll have 4 therapy sessions under his belt. People can forgive you once you've gone to therapy.
I
4
did not know
times.
who one of these people were besides Lala before this. And now I know who everyone is.
I predict Ariana will be asked to do Dancing with the Stars. She's got a real cute little
Okay.
body. I don't know if she can dance.
Everyone talks about how sweet she is. She's the sweet
She's
friend.
very sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, can you give me the book? I have to show you her book.
So that's
Um,
why I think everyone's coming to her defense more because she's like so sweet, right?
She really is. And she's really pretty.
I've never met her.
And then Stassi, who used to be on the show, she was an original one.
Stassi. It's not Stassi. It's Stassi. I really
Sta-
don't know. I'm asking.
Stassi. So,
She used to be on the show, but no more.
right. And so,
I gotta watch. I think I gotta go start watching the show, right?
yes. And so she
Okay.
revealed, I don't know if it's on her podcast or what, but she revealed, obviously she's Team Ariana and she doesn't think that she should even be, that there should even be any question that she is. She hates
Okay.
that he's part of her book. Okay. So this is Fancy as Fuck Cocktails that they did together.
Stassi and
No,
oh, that's Ariana.
Yeah. And it's really a great book.
Oh, really?
They both signed it for me.
Okay.
You can see, stay fancy, Heather, and keep it juicy, Ariana. And then Tom just wrote his name.
Yeah, real big too.
Yeah. And anyway, it's
Now-
a really nice book with all these recipes and
Uh-huh.
really great photography.
That's a cute picture of them.
But
in the back.
originally on the show, she wanted to do it herself. And then he
Oh, he hijacked
got
it.
himself into it. Yeah.
Can I ask?
Yes.
How did people feel about him pre-scandal? Was he, was he the villain of the show or
Interestingly enough, he was not the most hated.
okay?
Jax was.
Oh, okay.
But
I've heard that name before.
so Jax left the show at the same time Stassi. They got rid of a bunch of people because it was,
You gotta-
2020
you
and
gotta change
people
it
were
up.
doing bad tweets and
Oh.
things were being found out. And they said, let's
Okay.
just get rid of all of these people that are
Okay.
deemed problematic. Since then, Jax has remained married to his one and only wife,
Uh-huh.
Brittany, even though he had one night stands and stuff throughout, cheating on
Oh,
girlfriends
really?
throughout the thing. But they have a 2-year-old. And so they're like the most stable people. And he had
Huh.
turned on Tom Sandoval towards Jax's wedding, and nobody understood why he hated him.
okay.
So I've been texting Jax, and I said, "You really are the number one guy in the group." And he's like, "I knew. I now everyone realizes it." And I think he knew that Tom Sandoval was the real douche,
Oh, he
a
knew,
deep down douche.
but he wasn't
I think he was.
being
I think
portrayed
Jax
that
was like.
way.
I think Jax was like, "Look, I know I'm appearing as
The douche.
a douche because
Uh-huh.
I've cheated on a girlfriend, I've had a one night stand,
Yeah.
whatever." But
But I know this guy's up to some
this
stuff.
guy is douche times 10.
Yeah.
I'm a level 3 douche.
What is the number? I saw
That's what
people
I think.
writing a lot. The number one guy. What is
So
that?
at one time, he got in a fight with Tom Sandoval and whatever.
Uh-huh.
And Jax goes, I'm the number one guy in this group.
What does that mean?
Just like I'm the
like
the
the
most
most
popular.
famous?
Yeah, I'm the most
Okay.
famous on the show and in real life. I'm
Okay.
the one that's made this show famous. I'm the one
Okay.
and he really was the most famous.
Okay.
People knew the name Jax,
Sure.
and he's very polarizing and entertaining and everything else. So
Okay.
so that's why it's kind of coming out. And then Stassi says also, we all knew that Sandoval was an incredible, selfish, narcissistic, and egotistical person who spent 10 years trying to convince everyone he was the good guy.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Okay. You have to be a new level of evil to do this to someone who has been nothing but a wonderful partner to you.
Aw.
That's what Stassi said.
Okay. So they're all
So-
like rallying around their girls.
Yeah.
Basically, what's
So the
happening.
big question is, where do they go from here? With the
Yeah.
reunion, are they going to stay together? Are they going to break up?
What's the future of the show look like? Because the
Yes.
group's pretty fractured right now.
I think what will happen is the group is probably telling everybody, I'm telling the producers, everybody, we will never, ever film Go to Lunch with Raquel or
But
Tom
then-
Sandoval
but
ever again.
then
But
they'll see the ratings for
but
these episodes.
if I worked on the show,
yeah,
I would say, we
You'd be like,
totally
"We'll
trust you.
let's table this.
Yes,
Yeah.
we totally trust you. Let's get through the reunion. A little time pass, a little time
Mhm.
pass, a little time. And then we say, listen, this is a pretty great gig.
This is a juicy storyline.
And think how if you do allow them back in, because
Mhm.
now they're a couple or maybe they're not. We don't
Right.
know. But if we bring them back in and you guys agree to give them another chance,
Mhm.
that'll show you to be the mature, great person. And the show is going to be that much more successful if we keep this storyline going, because even Dr. Kasabian is asking Heather about it. So, like, people of all levels.
But I could also see a world in which they have like the Vanderpump restaurants with the,
Yeah.
because they do Villa Blanca and Sir and the
Villa Blanca is no longer around, but they have
Oh,
Sir
it's
and
not.
Pump.
Okay. So
Tom she owns part of.
but I think
Vanderpump.
they have like
And then Schwartz and Sandoval is just the two Toms.
I think they do like kind of separate storylines where they're following the one group at the two like main Lisa restaurants.
Yeah.
And then they follow the Tom and Tom at their restaurants, and then occasionally the worlds have to
Right. And then
intermingle. Don't you think? Kind of something like that?
maybe, and then it's like, where does this leave, dumb Tom Schwartz? Like, he's been under Tom Sandoval's thumb.
Oh,
No,
really?
we don't know if he was in on it and being a cover for him this whole
Oh,
time,
interesting.
or if he really is that dumb.
think
And I
it's-
think it could be either.
I think it could turn into a them versus us show.
Yeah.
Their restaurants, our restaurants.
Mm.
But Lisa being the like the person in
The
between.
liaison.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that's my
That
prediction.
could be it.
But I could also see a world in which they don't let Raquel back, but they let Tom back. Which,
right.
because he's been there for 9 seasons or
Or
whatnot. She's newer.
or if Raquel, I think
Maybe.
Raquel's super thirsty. So it could be that Raquel says, I don't want to come back ever. I want to,
Mhm.
but I think that she will. And I don't think that Raquel is like a Brandi Granville that will get things like Big Brother and Traitors and stuff, because she was really a pretty boring, undynamic person to watch.
Oh.
And when she broke up with James, was how she got on the show. She was a
That's
super
another
fan.
cast member?
Yeah, she was a super fan who went to DJ James Kennedy's show, fell in love with James
Oh,
Kennedy,
really?
got engaged, got to be on the show, got to be a regular on the show.
Oh.
They broke up. Then she acted like a single girl, but she was screwing Tom Sandoval the whole time.
Oh.
But she wasn't like funny.
Okay.
She's not like witty. She's not like
She's not
so-
coming up with send it to Daryl sweatshirt.
No, she's not. She's not. Like I said, and she's not like a Brandi Glanville. You know what I mean? She's just not. She's
I
like,
don't know why I think
so
that's
I'm like,
so
I don't
funny.
know that she's got like a big. I don't think that some other person's gonna like snatch up this villain.
I see.
I think she'd
Okay.
have to. So, but
She'd
if
have
they
to make-
stay together, if they really are in love, then, or God forbid she's pregnant or happiness, whatever, then we have to accept and embrace there's a life here. We can't be so cruel to them.
Okay.
I don't
Alright.
know. So
when is this whole
the-
these episodes gonna air? Is this anytime soon?
So that we still have episodes going on right now,
Oh, we do.
and then they're probably
Okay.
re-editing them to like
Whoa.
focus more on this and get rid of the boring shit,
Yeah.
cut some manicure scenes
Okay.
and stuff, and get to the juice. They were supposed to go on Winter House, which
What's
is like
that?
Winter House is like they take a bunch of people from all these different shows, like Southern Charm and then
Oh.
that are single, and put them in a house in the winter and
Uh-huh.
hope that they fuck after going in the jacuzzi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then, so they were going to invite the two of them to be on it. They were about to leave like yesterday.
Oh wait,
Both the
pre-scandal?
Toms. Yes, they
He
were
was
all
gonna
set
go
to
to
go.
that house in a relationship?
Yeah,
Oh, it's not a single house.
it's not 100%
Doesn't
single.
sound like a place for a person in a 9-year relationship.
It's not. It's really not.
So he would have
But
gotten
they-
in trouble somewhere.
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Anyway,
so they
now
might.
they're both
So they might not go now.
now they're both not going,
okay.
or it's been put on hold. Okay, and then let me see what else I
There's
have to
so
get.
many stories
So
about them.
they were starting their sandwich restaurant. Ariana,
This
Scorn
is
Woman,
her
and
restaurant?
Katie. Yes, and they have this something about her was the name of the sandwich
That's
restaurant.
cute.
I have told them to change the name
Oh yeah.
to the Better Halves.
I don't know about that. I
All right,
the better half.
but
what
it's-
is what
you
is
get a half a
something?
sandwich.
Oh, is that their whole thing?
No, I'm making it. I
Oh.
think it should be half a
Everybody wants
sandwich.
half a
Or you could have
sandwich.
two halves of two different sandwiches. Wouldn't you like that? You know, when you can't decide, you can't decide between two sandwiches. You can have a half of each. That is a good idea.
What is unapologetically? It says unapologetically feminine and undeniably delicious. Like,
Yeah,
this is so it's catering to ladies who lunch.
yeah.
What is unapologetically feminine?
I'm
It's
not
just-
going to apologize about how feminine I am. Neither should you.
My dainty lunch. All
Yeah.
right.
Anyway,
And so they're gonna call it Shaw.
no, it's something about her.
I
So
know, but they're-
SAH is the initials.
No, but is it gonna be
I
Shaw
think it's
for
like
short?
Sir.
Yeah.
Sexual. What is Sir stand
Oh,
for? Sexy Unique
I
Restaurant.
never knew that. I never knew that.
Have you seen that trend like where people say like, I was this many days old when I realized
Yeah,
what this actually was
That's
for?
me too,
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
I think they'll call it Shaw, but it's Ariana's restaurant, but Tom was
with
part of
Katie.
it.
With Katie.
Oh, with Katie. So
So
Tom's not
they
part
were
of
both
it.
with the Toms,
Oh,
and now they're both single.
oh well, that
Hence why I said the Better
then
Halves.
they should call it Revenge or something. It should be like
But then I also think in
I
a
see-
year or two
now
they're
you're-
going to be with somebody else. So like maybe
Yeah.
they shouldn't make it about the Toms.
they should call it FU.
Something about her. Okay, now speaking of Brandi Granville, do you know about the story of her sexually assaulting
What? I clearly don't know.
I'm so excited to tell you the story.
I know that something happened on one of the is it Legacy? No, it's the girls trip.
Okay, so you know.
Something happened that one of them left, right?
So they're on an ultimate girls trip and it gets leaked out. Oh my God. Brandi tried to kiss Caroline Manzo.
Is that bad?
Yeah,
Oh, girls trip, baby. Let's get some smooching happening here.
exactly.
Come
And let me
on.
just tell you, there's a lot of lesbian light behavior going on within the franchises.
Really?
Yes.
All of them?
Yes.
I am behind. I have not watched anything in so long. I gotta get on it. Everyone's kind of just like smooching each other.
Yes, and like, touching each other's tits and stuff.
Finally.
And
God, I've been wanting this for
showing-
season after season.
On Potomac, they all showed each other their vaginas.
Oh, okay.
All lifted up and judged each other's vaginas after a bunch of tequilas.
That reminds me of that fried green tomatoes scene. Remember with Kathy Bates?
No, what
You-
part
you-
is that?
you
No, I
don't-
don't.
Remember when they're at her house and they're looking at their vaginas with a mirror and she can't see hers
No, why can't she see hers?
because she can't see her vagina.
Oh, 'cause she's like too heavy? Or,
Yeah.
oh.
You don't remember this scene? And that
No, I don't think I ever saw that
and
movie.
it was part of her getting her power back, where she was like, it was.
I'm
one of
gonna
the,
look at
You
my
never
vagina.
saw Fried Green Tomatoes?
No.
Another movie that had lesbian undertones.
Oh.
But it was a series of things that led to her like wanting to.
Did you get to see her vagina at the end or just eat a
I
tomato?
can't remember. You
What if-
need
What-
eat a
what-
tomato.
What if that's what it looked like, a fried green tomato? When she finally saw it, she's like, my vagina looks like a fried green tomato.
That I
Thank-
don't remember that part.
I've never done that
I'm
mirror
kidding.
thing.
No, I don't want to see what's down there. No.
I mean, why?
I don't know that I joke, but I don't think I would want to be in a group looking at each other's vaginas.
And judging it.
Yeah. That would be horrifying, actually. Have you done that before?
No.
I don't know what your friends are up, because straight women are so funny like that. They're like, let me see your boobs, let me see your vagina. They're
No, as a straight woman, no.
Yeah.
And I've shared rooms and slept in the same bed and all that.
Okay.
No, I have not. I've had someone be like, look, let me show you something.
Yeah.
Or, I am going to get my boobs done and this is why.
And they show
But then
you
I
the
have
boobs.
not been like, let me touch your boobs, let me touch your boobs or
Right.
anything. Okay, so this gets into boob touching. So
Okay.
the story gets out. Brandi Granville tries to kiss Caroline Manzo. Then Caroline goes to the
That
bathroom.
doesn't seem like the person to try and kiss,
I know.
though.
I know. Of
That-
all the people.
yeah.
Of all the lesbians.
Yeah.
Okay, so, married for like 35
Right,
years and
exactly.
grandma. Okay, so she goes into the bathroom with a couple other girls, and Brandi allegedly pushes her against the wall and touches her chest and her genitals.
Oh.
Into which then Caroline is very uncomfortable, and this other woman, Alex McCord,
I remember
unlocks
her.
the door and releases her.
Okay.
And she then is very upset, and she leaves the next day, or Brandi leaves first, and then she leaves the next day.
Okay.
So now Brandi's not having it. So
But no
everyone-
one's seen this footage. This is
no one
okay.
sees the footage, but they said there's audio because they had mics on.
Oh, okay.
And all the fans get involved, and they're like, if this was a man who did this, Brandi would be arrested for sexual assault. And other people are like, what did you expect with Brandi? Like, she's
That's
drunk,
kinda,
and she is a out bisexual. Like, she came
Right.
on my show, and she's like, I've absolutely been in
Yeah.
relationships with girls and stuff.
Okay.
And she does take things too far. She's thrown a drink in people's faces. She slapped Lisa Vanderpump in a fun way. She takes it too far because she's a boozer. Okay. So now Brandi Granville's lawyer demands that the studio execs release the harassment audio.
She wants it released.
Yes, because she said the video will reveal that Brandi did not sexually harass Caroline. Caroline Manzo claims that Granville touched her breast and genital area without her consent while they were off camera and on the set of the Moroccan Ultimate Girls Trip. Her lawyer, Brandi's lawyer, is saying it's unacceptable that the production company, Shed Media and Warner Brothers, would let such a narrative take off in the media when it's damaging to Brandi Granville's reputation so much. I don't think it's really damaging to her reputation. I think it's pretty typical to her behavior.
Mhm.
That's why it's very believable. Claiming that it was just cynical ploys for ratings. Caroline Manzo and Granville have been saying for weeks that releasing the audio would prove their separate versions of events. They both want the audio.
Oh, okay.
The
Then
letter
release it.
also release the tapes.
Release the tapes.
The letter also says that the Real Housewives of New Jersey star, who is Caroline Manzo, did nothing to discourage Granville from touching her and was outspoken about her liberal views on sex,
Okay.
and even offered oh wait, hold on. Sorry. Now I have to find the right page. She even offered to allow her castmates to touch her breast to confirm they weren't implants. So Caroline said, touch my boobs. They're not
Okay.
implants. Apparently, Manzo was asked if she was okay, and she gave a thumbs up, then told the girls at the table that she had never kissed a girl back until now. So she kissed. So now the story is that she was fine with the kiss,
Okay.
wasn't freaked out by Brandi.
But then something turned at some point.
Yeah. So Brandi is denying all
But
the
we
wrongdoing.
don't know where the turn happened.
Yeah.
That's why we need to release the tapes.
I think the turn could have been, I've been on this trip for 6 days.
and I want to go home.
And I want to go home.
And
I
this will
want to
create
take off
some,
this mic.
and it did create a lot
Yeah.
to talk about.
I didn't like this, and I'm
Mhm.
tired, and I'm annoyed, and she's like a little fly that kept touching me, and I just want out.
Yeah.
And I don't know,
There could be somewhere in the middle between the two stories, maybe.
maybe, but it definitely makes
Uh.
you want to watch this season.
Yeah.
Breaking news. We just got the photo that TMZ has released, right? This is TMZ, of Raquel's eye that supposedly was caused by Scheana Shay. In my opinion, it is not bad. It does look like a scratch, like a nail scratch up on the first part of the brow.
I can't tell if
And
her
then
eyes got a little bruising there or no.
I think there is a little bruising. She also has not a speckle of makeup on.
Uh-huh.
So everyone always has a little bit of dark circle around it. But there's definitely a
Contact
cut.
for sure.
There's definitely contact and a scratch.
Mhm.
Okay. Raquel is saying that probably added to getting her restraining order that Scheana had threatened to do it again, allegedly. And that's probably what got her the temporary restraining.
Yeah, big nails. I'm trying to.
They all have nails. But I have to say, fake nails, like mine, are actually not that sharp.
Really?
Because, like, look, like, just.
Ooh, they scratch real nice, though.
They scratch, but they're not, like, sharp like a
Let's
like
go on
a real
Ultimate
nail.
Girls Trip. Scratch each other's backs.
Well, thanks for sending me this. Okay, let's
All
go
right.
back to
That was some This Just In news.
That's with some breaking news. Anyway, so we'll see. We'll see with Caroline
We'll
and
see how it
Brandi.
unfolds. They got to release those tapes.
We found out how much Jen Shaw makes.
On the show?
Yes.
Or in general?
She's in prison now, Jen Shaw.
I saw that.
So it got revealed that because they're trying to get money for all the victims that she took, and she makes $480,000 a season.
Okay.
And that's her season 3 salary. But I mean, I know that they keep making more each year.
Right.
That's why they get rid of the OGs. Once they get to like $1 million, they're like,
starting to
we've
make
had
too
enough
much.
of you. Yeah.
But also those women make most of their money off of endorsements and
hopefully
like
they
that,
do.
right?
They have to be really smart about it.
True.
Also, they make it like, how much you can showcase your thing.
I mean, I know when that rule started, as soon as Teddy's husband, they brought that on Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
When they brought the big bus with the alarm companies, like the whole bus was wrapped in it.
Yes.
That's when I was like, this has gone too far. I mean, Kyle would always wear the agency hats.
I mean, that's a smart thing. Whatever your business is, get a bunch of merch and just be wearing that in every scene.
And they're constantly wearing the agency hats and shirts. So I know that they were like, well, if they're doing it,
right.
But when a bus, or I don't know if it was a bus or
wrapped bus. It was
an
RV,
big RV
that they would
but
go
it was
to like
so
games
big that everyone, I remember people going, okay, this has gone a little too far now. So I think I think that's when they start making the rules.
Well, everybody does. Like on Real Housewives of Miami, Leah Black is not on it anymore, but she's friends with this girl Lisa, whose husband is this plastic surgeon who's leaving her.
Okay.
And she's like, let's talk and let me give you some, advice of how to do well in this divorce. But she was smart. She's like, come to my office. And they sat down and then all of Leah's products were there.
Yeah.
You're dumb if you don't.
I
Like,
mean,
I'm going to go be on the show. Like, I better,
You used to tell people you need a product. You got to sell something.
I'm a Real Housewife consultant. And I've been trying to tell
like
people
Lala,
for years.
You're a businesswoman. Send it to Daryl.
So, anyway, you make more each season.
Right.
Now, meanwhile, this is from page 6.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Cohen apparently dissed Jill Zarin, and she didn't like it.
Oh, really?
So Jill Zarin, they were going to do a legacy, which is like all the best New York people.
Mm-hmm.
Luann, she, Sonia, Dorinda, Kelly Bessimone. And anyway, they couldn't settle on, apparently, the money was so bad that they
just
said
do it,
no.
Though. You got to just do it. You're not doing these shows for money. It opens your world back up to all the other opportunities. Don't you think?
I do, but I also think like the reality of it is they expect a lot of you, and she does live in Florida.
Oh, okay.
And so it's like she would have to live in New York, and I think everybody just should do the ultimate girl trip things and try to finger each other.
Do it in like, that's just like what, 2 weeks?
It's 1 week done.
1 week.
Oh, 1 week, one finger, one tit, and just move on. Like I get why these women after a certain point in life like do not want the cameras following them forever for like 5 months.
Then you're either in or out. You're either in or out. But trying to get more money out of these shows, I think is like, exactly.
Yeah. It's just who cares.
Okay.
I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to this story. I'm done with Housewives for right now.
Okay.
This is one of my worst nightmares. Have you ever seen the movie Open Waters?
I mean, yes. Nightmare.
So this couple went snorkeling.
So you lost me at
coast.
Snorkeling.
Where were they? Off the Maui.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden they see the boat.
No.
And they're swimming and they're like, why are we not getting any closer to the boat? Is the boat going further away? The boat left them while they're snorkeling. And they're like, oh my God, what are we going to do? So
It's a
the good news
nightmare.
is they weren't that far from the shore.
Yeah.
However, they didn't want to go to the shore because it was like rocks and coral and like, but they're like, we better go because they're not coming back.
Right.
Once they got to the shore, they found someone who lived there who then like helped them.
Okay.
But I mean, it could have been so much worse. And so
Yeah.
of course
I mean,
the
they could have
place like
died.
didn't count right or whatever.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
worst nightmare.
I mean, anytime you go on these trips, there's all these excursions, and the
think
rules
I'm
are
done
just
with-
different, you
I
know?
think I'm done with excursions.
I've never been in excursions. Well, Jackson and I went on a couples trip once,
Yeah.
and the people that we were with were always like, "Do you guys want to go snorkeling?" We were like, "No." They were like, "Do you want to go on a tour of a coffee plant?" We're like, "No." They're like, "Do you want to go paddleboarding?" And we're like, "God, no!" Like we said no to everything. They go, "What do you want to do?" We're like, "Drink by the pool."
We have a cabana like for every day. Yeah, I do that stuff because
Yeah.
Peter's kind of adventurous.
When you have kids,
And then I also felt like, well, I don't want to just, but when I was younger, the first time we went to Hawaii, I
Yeah.
was 12. We really never went on vacations. That was like one of the only trips my
Yeah.
dad took me on. So Shannon was like 14, I was 12, and we went during Christmas. And my dad was so into like this trip that like every day we'd have to get up and like go to the Polynesian Cultural Center. And then
Oh,
and
yeah.
one time we went to try to go to like Pearl Harbor or something.
Uh-huh.
But like my dad was confused and then like he was yelling at my mom. And so it took 2 days for us to actually go.
Oh my God.
So we lost 2 days of that.
Right.
And then only on actual Christmas did we get to just hang out by the beautiful pool and beach of our
Oh,
thing.
bummer.
And I remember I said, when I'm an adult, I'm going to enjoy the hotel I'm at.
I'm gonna enjoy this pool.
I'm going to enjoy this pool.
Yeah.
And like, so then through the years, we would do a few things,
Yeah.
but now more and more, I'm like, I'm not leaving the resort.
Well, on that trip
Yeah.
that we finally gave in, they go, "What about a sunset cruise?"
It's always a
we
sunset
go,
cruise,
"Fine, we'll do a sunset cruise."
but
So,
you don't lose the whole day.
but we walked through the jungle to get to this boat, and it's a guy that's like, he just pulled his boat up from wherever. He's not. There's no license here. He's drinking a
Wait,
beer.
what city? Where
This
are
is
we?
Costa Rica.
Okay, yeah.
He's drinking a beer. So he starts they go all across to the island or something. There's a Hard Rock and a casino. We'll go like that's where everybody goes. It's so fun. We're like, all right. He's drinking a beer and driving us in this boat. And the Jack says, I think we should put our phone like in a Ziploc bag or something. She's very prepared. I go,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And we start going, and the waves just go in our face for 30 minutes. We are getting, like, imagine me with a spray gun just shooting you in the face with a water pressure. It was that for 30 minutes. And I just wish that we could have been on video because we're like, this is the worst cruise of our life. And we get to the island. There's no Hard Rock.
Yeah, how many
Casino.
other people are on this cruise?
There's
Have you
4
already
of us and the other couple.
okay.
And this guy drinking a beer who's telling us about liking a girl that's too young, an American. We're like, no, none of this, please. And we land at the island. There's no Hard Rock Casino. There's a sign that says Hard Rock Casino coming, and it was like 2 years prior. And like there was nothing there. Like there was like a couple of beach bars, and we got like a drink, and then went back on this boat. This guy like went and got more hammered.
How much did it cost?
I don't remember, but this guy went and got more hammered while we had a drink. Took us back on the boat. Then it was pitch dark when we got back, and then we had to go through a literal jungle back to our hotel, like stepping over scorpions, like monkeys in the trees, like angry yelling at us. It was a nightmare.
And then you get back to their beautiful resort. You're like, why did we leave the
why
resort?
would we do excursions?
Why leave the resort? I know. Well,
Exactly.
that's what I always say about Mexico too. Like, I'm like, I don't want to get into a van.
I'll do a jet ski. I like a
that's
jet
right there.
ski.
Who cares? That's easy. Yeah.
We finally gave into the paddle boards. The
Yeah.
wave knocked the paddle board into my hip. I've had a bad hip since. I don't know, that or being,
Right.
too sedentary. I'm not sure.
But it's definitely, yeah, I agree. Well, this is a story to keep you going.
Well, that story's my nightmare.
Yeah. Have you ever played a Ouija board?
For sure. When I was younger, that was like the thing to do.
Well, according to this, Hollywood Unlocked, 28 girls were hospitalized with anxiety after playing with a Ouija board at an after-school club in Colombia.
Whoa.
So
Yeah, you have to be prepared to go on that ride if you're summoning up spirits.
um so a lot of the comments were like, don't fuck with the spirits.
Right.
And they're like, this one person said, when psychics and stuff say they're like talking to your dead ones and they're like really accurate,
Mhm.
they said they're not talking to your dead ones. They're talking to familiar spirits that are like like they're spirits that are like been watching according to these people, and they know what's happening, but it's not necessarily talking to the dead.
Interesting.
But I always remember doing that thing where you'd feel it like
You'd
almost
feel it move.
magnetic.
Yeah, but like as a group, I feel like you're kind of like making it, like your
Yeah.
hands are just kind of going. But sometimes it does spell stuff out.
But I mean, it is just like a Hasbro board, right?
Yeah,
So
it
it's
is
like,
a
what's
game.
it doing?
But the thought is that you're all there with the intentions of
Right,
summoning
like a
up.
slumber party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess they got scared, and
There was something that we would.
hospitalization seems like a lot, but I don't know what they
It
summoned.
could be a little dramatic, but I think that, like, what about like there was some chant that we used to say at like a slumber party, like
ashes to
ashes,
ashes,
dust
dust
to
to
dust.
dust. That's when you try to lift someone up. Oh,
Yeah.
stiff as a feather.
light as a
Light as a
feather,
feather, stiff as a board, and you try to lift them up. Yeah.
Did you ever do
Light as
that?
a feather, stiff as a board. That was the thing.
Did you ever get?
Yeah, we tried it. I don't remember if it worked. But we
And then
always
you're always
used to.
you're supposed to lift them with just
You're supposed to,
fingers.
just put your fingers under.
Yeah, and they're supposed to like
and it's supposed
raise
to,
the
yeah.
person.
I don't know. We were always looking for ways to be scared.
Yeah. And there was something like look in the mirror and I don't know.
Candyman or whatever. Is
No,
that
that was a movie.
Candyman?
Moving on. Did you know that Avril Lavigne is dating Tyga?
I saw that on Twitter the other day.
This is like such a 1 degree of separation
Really?
between them and the car. So Tyga was with Black China, has a baby with Black China.
Okay.
Then he got with Kylie.
Oh.
Then
Okay.
Black China had a baby with Rob Kardashian.
Mhm.
At one time, Avril Lavigne was dating Brody Jenner.
Okay.
Then somehow she did something with Travis Barker. She was like in his band or his protege
Oh,
or
really?
something.
Okay.
Anyway, it's just a very
The worlds are just colliding. But
it's
it's a big family, Somebody's dated somebody who's dated somebody.
I mean, it's a weird matching.
That is a weird
moment.
matching. I would
But
not have.
and then there's a rumor that he has no money and she does, and that's why he's after her.
Oh, allegedly.
Allegedly, a rumor, allegedly. So Adidas could be forced to literally burn up to $500 million worth of unsold apparel from its Yeezys line.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of.
So I was like, wait,
Duh.
what are these Yeezys looking like? Are they the nurse shoes or are they the alien shoes?
They
So I
look-
looked them up.
They're the ones that look
They're
like
the alien
Crocs,
shoes.
the alien Croc shoes, kind of.
So then I looked them up and I go, well, how much are they going for right now? They are so ugly. I mean, this really is like the emperor has no clothes. Like people are finally realizing how fucking ugly it was. And they're
How much are they
they're
going for right
like
now?
five, like you can get them now like on like Amazon and stuff for like $500.
Whoa, what were they before?
I guess like 800.
Oh, I didn't know
Do you
that.
imagine?
That's so expensive.
Do you imagine
too.
spending that money?
I don't think I've ever spent that much on anything.
Meanwhile, this guy, he likes to wear heels. And he is a heterosexual man, but he wears heels and skirts to the office. And he's been doing it for years. And he
I feel like
loves
I
it.
saw him a couple years ago pop up.
You did?
I think he has a.
I mean,
he shines every couple years.
First of all, he looks really good.
Honestly, I think I've seen this guy in Palm Springs.
I mean,
and he has the greatest legs of anyone I've ever seen.
Okay, well, he's in Texas.
Look. Oh,
I know.
He's American. I think I've seen him in Palm Springs.
And he just wears like a skirt?
He was wearing. You can't not see him because he's so fit. He's like the fittest guy. His legs are gorgeous.
The legs are
And
banging.
he wears a very tight. He was wearing a very tight fitting dress, but he is bald. So
Mhm.
it's not like a wig. So you just notice him because he's so like.
And he wears like a
fit
man's like jacket and tie and shirt, and then just wears like a really great fitted skirt and heel.
If he's never been to Palm Springs, then I saw someone else who's
stealing his
look.
So he said his wife doesn't mind, and that his closet is 50% women's clothing, and that he's been doing this for the past 5 years at his robotic engineering job. How I dress is not about my sexuality. I received backlash from the LGBTQ plus community, but my wife supports me. He wore heels and dance around, and he dances around. Oh, he did wear heels, and he would dance around his room in college with his girlfriend, but never out of the house. And now he just loves it. He says high heels give the illusion of confidence, also better calves. That's me saying that, which he enjoyed regardless of gender, sexuality. And his wife, she didn't want to be named, but she supports him.
Listen, if she's
She doesn't
okay
want to be
with
named
it,
or photographed, but she gives him a lot of support.
listen, if she supports it, then that's
I just think it would be hard because if like your husband just looked so much better in a skin tight skirt than you,
yeah, that would be tough.
that would be
Now I want to know if that guy I saw was him or is that another guy that looks just like him? Oh my gosh. Anyway,
I'm sure there's a lot of guys that look like him that look good in the skirt.
maybe, yeah.
Meanwhile, look at this. Talk about ugly clothes, okay?
Oh my gosh.
This sweater from Nordstrom, it was $620. It's now you can get it for $372.
That's a steal.
And it's all those holes. Have you seen people with those holes?
Yeah,
it is so ugly and so lame.
People buy expensive shoes that are purposely dirty.
Oh, the Golden Goose.
I mean,
I think those are on their way out.
Oh, are they?
I think people are starting to
And
realize,
they're expensive.
I had a friend that was like, "You got to buy the Golden Goose for when you go on stage," and I'm like, "I can't."
Yeah, because
Like,
they just look like
If I want to buy $700 shoes, like
wanna
I would
look
rather buy
sharp.
like a cute like Gucci that's
Yeah.
like white and like I like the little,
oh,
like that,
the
like a clean look.
Gucci sneaker.
Yeah, like a clean
Yeah.
Gucci sneaker. Like, why would I get like a dirty thing?
Right.
Okay. Like, look at this.
Well, that's probably maybe that's why they're having to put it on sale. Maybe people.
This one's $516.
Some people can rock that look, but not everybody.
Now, I don't know if this is real or not.
Okay.
Okay. But it's this guy running this, like, he broke some record.
Mm-hmm.
But he has a woman's ass. It's incredible. And I read the comments and I cannot figure out if this is real or not.
Uh-huh.
Um,
If this was a Photoshop thing.
well, yes, because he's wearing an outfit that's not a normal running outfit.
Yeah, he has on like a belt.
He has a belt on and like
And most people don't
shorts,
run.
but it is the most womanly ass you have ever seen. So I'm reading the comments and they're like, I think this is fake.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think it's fake.
I don't know.
What do you think? You do think it's a fake ass?
But like, well, it does look. This part does look different than that.
I just don't
part.
think there's anything crazier than a man that has like a complete woman's ass.
Well, if he can run that fast,
One time I was at
it's not holding him back.
an open house and my mom and I were both realtors, right? So we had like we were like, we'll send people back and
Yeah.
forth. We had two listings like on the same street
Yeah.
or something. So my mom calls me and she's crying, laughing. And she's like, I'm sending you over this couple
Mm-hmm.
that might be interested in the house. She goes, he has a woman's ass and it's like nothing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay. So then they come in. I'm like, oh, hi. You could go out to the backyard. The guy starts walking up the steps to the backyard. I'm staring at this woman's ass on a man's body. I'm crying so hard. I'm like, why would you give me a heads
I
up?
know that's such a random call to make. Heather, just want to give you a heads up. You're like, what? It's a better ass than I've got. I got no butt.
I have no butt either. Flat asses are coming back in.
They are?
Um,
Thank God, because I have not ever had one.
Okay, wait, I'm going to go to this one. The royal family didn't come to Princess Lilibet's christening despite the invite from Meghan and Harry. Well, now I'm not that surprised about that.
Well, it
I mean,
wasn't
that's
that
kind
during. Didn't. Oh, wait. Did that happen recently?
Yeah, it just happened.
Okay.
So,
I mean, he's on the outs with them, with
well,
the family,
also,
right?
they invited them, but there were 20 to 30 guests, and they want their children to have a relationship with the royal family. Okay, so you're inviting them to the christening. Obviously, they're not going to get on a plane and come over here
Yeah.
and be like, what have you been up to, Harry?
Right. As he's been on this major press tour about their family.
I think they just wanted to get the news out that they invited,
invited
them,
them,
and
yeah.
knowing that they didn't come.
I wonder if Harry is going to go to his dad's coronation.
So they've been invited,
Yeah.
but there's been no like definite they're coming or not.
Because it also falls on Archie's birthday.
Can you imagine if they're like, sorry, we rented the bounce house in Santa Barbara.
We can't go.
And we can't get out. We can't get
I-
our deposit back. So we're going to miss Grandpa's coronation.
If he goes, then he's trying to mend some fences
Yes.
and stay within the royal family and not have that totally taken away from him. But if he doesn't go, I feel like that could be the final nail in that royal.
I think it comes down to Meghan.
Really?
100% they're going.
You think so?
100% they are going, and they're going to want them to go because by them going, that's that many more people that are interested to read about it, watch the body language, all of it. And I think everybody will be very cordial knowing that they're being watched. They'll be like, oh, hello, Lilibet, like some little thing. And, and so all the stuff that's in front of cameras will be just like pleasant niceties. And then,
the screaming comes later.
Yeah. Or then afterwards, it's like, all right, bye, you guys.
Right.
Like, oh, you're not going to go to the after party? No, little Louie.
Birthday.
Yeah. Or little Louie has, something. And
yeah.
But it was great seeing you guys and take care and goodbye. Like something. I don't think.
Don't you think even though he's kind of talking, he still kind of wants one foot in that world, right? I mean, the royal world.
I definitely think he does.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to write another book.
Oh, really? Wow.
And then like Spencer Pratt's thinks that this book, he put it out there to be like a warning, like you better be nice to me because this isn't even half of what I could really share.
Oh, interesting. I don't know.
And look how many people read this one that wasn't even that juicy.
A lot of people did read that book.
I think that they will absolutely go.
Okay.
And she's working on her outfits right now.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
There you go.
So the Powerball winner.
I saw that. Bought this fancy home.
A $25.5 million house in the Hollywood Hills. He bought the thing in Altadena or something is where he bought the ticket. So I assume that's kind of where he lived, which is just like a middle class neighborhood. And he chose to collect the lump sum of $997.6 million, so just under $1 billion. And so the mansion is only 3% of his earnings, and it's the most expensive purchase of this year in the hills.
Is that a sign that they're about to blow a lot of money? I mean, that is a lot of money, though.
I would buy a brand new done house too.
Yeah.
If you want, but I mean, I think you got to spend it right now before you die. Because these people always die.
Older, yeah.
These people always die, or their family comes after them and makes their life miserable.
Well, were they anonymous?
No, we know who he is now.
God, I would want to be anonymous because it just seems to invite so much trouble into your life.
Oh, I know. I think a lot of people do. That's why it's
suddenly everyone knows. You always hear those stories. Everyone's calling you all of a sudden. People that don't know you are targeting you. They know you have so much money. I would want.
What
to be
about
anonymous.
you being a famous comedian? Was there any point in your life, maybe even earlier on, that you heard from some random people that either wanted something from you or?
I mean, you hear from people, but it's not in a financial way. More of just I think we're related.
Oh,
and you're like, I don't know if we are. Yeah, but nah. I mean, but people know. I'm television doesn't pay what it used to. I'm not a Powerball winner,
Yeah, no.
I have a comfortable life, but
right.
I'm not buying $25 million homes.
I know, but do you even buy lottery tickets?
I mean, once in a blue moon. Jax likes to scratch off ones because she just thinks they're fun.
My dad used to buy them all the time.
Yeah.
And I was just I never buy them.
And there's one that has my name on it.
I'm
not
the most
my name, but Fortune.
Oh, it is? Oh. I'm the most non-gambling person ever.
I am not a big gambler. Every time I go to Vegas, which I'll be in Vegas.
Oh, yes. Tell us
April
about your
1st at the Wynn.
Oh, with Chris, right?
Yeah, Chris is coming.
Oh, that's going to be really fun.
But I probably won't gamble. I think he's likes a little bit of gambling.
Yeah.
I'm a sit at the slots, spend $50, get a drink, and that's usually it for me.
Oh my God. I was doing it with my friend, and once I was up, started with 20, and once I was up 80, I'm I'm out.
It stresses me out.
I know. I'm oh my God.
I'm I worked so hard for that money and I lost it in 2 seconds. I got lucky once. I did a show in a casino and put in $20 and won 500, but that is not the norm. That is so not the norm. So when I'm at the Wynn, don't go looking for me at the slots.
No,
I'll be at if there's a Margaritaville eating a cheeseburger.
There isn't.
There's not.
The Wynn is very classy.
It is. I've never done a show there.
The Wynn
This
is
my
very
first one.
nice.
Because you guys did it, right? The Wynn?
No, we did
Or
the
you did
Venetian.
the Venetian. That's
and
nice.
I have something coming up soon, but I can't announce it yet.
Okay.
But which the Venetian is great too.
Yeah.
But the Wynn I stayed at, and it's just really, it's where, it's like it's just it's really nice stores.
Mm-hmm.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, I'm
It's a
excited.
great hotel.
Yes.
Everybody should go and get your tickets.
Right.
Ireland Baldwin
Uh-huh.
is pregnant with her daughter, who she's naming Holland. Isn't that cute? Because she's like, I'm Ireland.
Oh, right. Got
She's
it.
got some boyfriend, and Ireland is the daughter of Kim Basinger and Alec Baldwin, and she was, in the famous tape of him saying
Something about
that we were a little pig.
pig.
Yeah, because she didn't want to go and visit him one weekend when she was 13,
Right.
and it got on the voicemail.
But they're cool now. I think they're tight,
totally
right?
cool. Anyway, she's pregnant,
Okay.
but she had a really weird baby shower.
Oh.
It was baby's first strip party.
Whoa.
The theme was, yeah. The upcoming arrival was a strip club theme baby blowout. And it was at a strip club, and it was all baby's first strip party. And I mean, she is kind of an odd bird.
Yeah.
She's really pretty,
Mhm.
but I mean, she's, it's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
But
Well, growing up with famous parents, that's a different life.
it
And
really
they were
is.
on the tabloids all the time. Remember how much like he would get in, like paparazzi were around him constantly because they would like to provoke
From the
him.
moment she was born, it was chaos.
Right, exactly.
They lived very close to me, and they
Uh-huh.
went home to their house in Woodland Hills that Kim Basinger owned by herself.
Okay.
And that is the first time that he threw something on the paparazzi's
Right.
car because he was taking her home from the hospital.
Right, yeah.
So it was right from the
She-
start,
Yeah,
it was
chaos.
and then I remember my friend was like, "Oh my God, come to Under the Sea." It was a little kid place
Uh-huh.
right here. Well, she goes, Alec and Ireland and Kim Basinger are here.
Uh-huh.
And this is while they were separated and
Uh-huh.
probably getting divorced, but they were there with her, and she was like 7.
And you ran down there.
I ran down there.
God. You were looking for this juicy
Yeah, I ran
scoop
down there, and
back
I was
then.
like, "Hey!" And I'm acting like I'm playing with these kids. And
Oh
I'm
my
sitting-
God.
And they were arguing,
Mhm.
and the little girl was like, Ireland was like, "Mom, be nice." It was kind of
Mhm.
sad. And then another time I saw her and Kim Basinger at a sushi place.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
Good story.
I don't think. I was thinking about that though. Just the other day I looked up Tatum O'Neal
Mm-hmm.
because
Her dad and her mom fought all the time.
so Ryan O'Neal was her dad, and then Tatum O'Neal, when I looked up her thing, because I'm like, is she alive? What happened? She is alive, but she struggled with alcohol and drugs and everything. But do you know that she's the youngest person to ever win an Oscar? She got an Oscar
Uh-huh.
when she was 6 years old or something.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, now we talk about Nepo babies today.
Right.
But do you imagine if you were one of the female
that would be
that were nominated for an Oscar
you're like,
and you
this-
weren't a Nepo baby? You
Right.
weren't Jamie Lee Curtis.
You worked decades to get to this nomination.
and you're like, I really think I'm gonna win. I need to look up who she was up against. Yeah, and
a
then
6-year-old.
and I remember she came in a little tuxedo, and it's like a famous photo,
Yeah.
and she's like, and she was so cute. But yeah, she won.
that would be a tough loss.
That would be a really tough one. And then she goes on to not be an illustrious actor. She
Right.
got married to John
McEnroe.
McEnroe,
Yeah.
who had the temper, and then had
Mhm.
such a drug issue that actually she lost custody of the kids.
Oh.
And then she's just been on a handful, nothing because
Mhm.
she struggled. But I'm like,
I think she's pulled it together now, right?
yeah, but I'm just saying that's a Nepo baby story that
right.
really went wrong.
An OG Nepo.
you did
baby.
not use that nepotism. You got that Oscar too
How
quick.
Do you, yeah, I mean,
Just a little too quick.
This is
If you get your Oscar,
too
you're a Nepo
young.
baby and you get your Oscar at 6.
Yeah.
You're
Where
like,
do you go from here?
yeah, where do I go from here?
Yeah.
Exactly. This guy got a six-pack tattooed to his stomach to be summer ready.
That's
Remember,
funny,
you
though.
could do that with spray tan. People would do
Yeah.
that with the spray tan where they'd kind of give
The
you a little bit of
lines.
abs.
Uh-huh.
He actually got it fully tattooed. Is that
Ugh.
something you'd ever want to do?
God, no, because no one would believe that their abs under this. That would be a waste for me.
Summer ready. Summer ready. And then the last story I'm going to do this follow-up. Do you remember the story of Madeleine
Mhm.
McCain?
Of course.
So this girl started Instagram and everything, and she said, "I think I'm Madeleine McCain."
But I thought they did a DNA test.
Well,
and
it's not
proved
her.
It's not her.
It's
yeah.
not her.
It just sucks for that family because, there's got to be a time. Because I've heard this actually is happening a lot. There's many people saying, I think I might be her. So this family's having to like sift through these kind of claims
Right.
quite a bit.
I mean, her
And
story,
you got to
like,
get your hopes up a teeny bit to be like, maybe it is her.
I mean, I watched the videos and the stuff was like kind of compelling. I mean, I didn't really think she looked that much like her,
Yeah.
but like she had some weird stories and everything. And
Mhm.
so
Yeah,
that's
imagine
kind-
her parents being like, you little dick. Yeah, like,
this girl slept with her cousin. Now she doesn't know what to do.
Have
you ever been attracted-
Is that the girl though, or is this
No,
like
this
a stock
is
photo?
just a photo.
That is
but
not nice to whoever this stock photo is of. Oh my god!
my
Can
God,
you
you're
imagine being
right.
this girl and like suddenly this?
when you're a stock photo model, you just agree to be a stock photo.
I don't know, but if
Oh my
this
God,
is
you're
not,
totally right.
if this is not
I never
that girl,
thought of that.
because you'd be like, if that's not her story, you'd be like, what? That I don't sleep with my cousin.
Have you ever been attracted to a cousin?
To my cousin?
Yeah.
No.
Not even
I
a
have
little
all
bit?
boy cousins, but also no. I think my cousin's cute, but I'm more like trying to would be more into setting my cousin up with somebody. I'm not attracted to my cousin.
I was kind of attracted to one of my
oh
cousins
no,
when we were little.
Heather.
But it wasn't a blood cousin.
Okay.
Because his mom, who was my dad's niece, the mom was technically like adopted. Like he
Okay.
married the mom, and she
We're
already
not
had 2
blood.
kids.
This is okay.
But I remember saying that like how cute he was, and I want to marry him. And my older brothers being like, "Ew, that's your cousin," and I didn't
Right.
understand like
Well,
why it's
a
wrong.
kid would not quite understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. But did this person know that they were cousins?
They were, yes,
Oh.
right. It was at a wedding or
I don't
something.
think you should.
I think
sleep
a
with
lot
your-
of this happens at a wedding.
I think it doesn't. I mean, it's pretty standard knowledge that probably you shouldn't
Oh.
sleep with your cousin, right? That's pretty across the board,
well,
widely known. No,
I think a lot of people did used to marry their cousin and stuff.
back in
And
the
the whole
day.
point is they said don't marry your cousin because they thought it caused like
What?
like
Yeah.
like birth defects, but I don't really think it does.
Let's not encourage people to test out the theory.
Fortune, what cousins are going to see you on the road? Tell us where you are.
Oh, wait.
if you're a
I have
cousin, if
a
you're
little-
a cousin of Fortune, you might want
My
to go.
cousin, I do have a very cute cousin who's single and would love to meet a nice girl.
Okay.
Cousin Joe, shout out.
What show is Joe going to?
Joe, he's from Charleston, South Carolina. Or no, he's from Florida, but he used to live in Charleston for a long time. And he won't be at that show, but you should come to see me in Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay.
The big shows I would love for people to come to.
Do push it.
Medford, Massachusetts, and Boston, and Portland, Maine this coming weekend.
Okay.
Then Atlanta and Augusta, Georgia. And Fresno, Sacramento,
So wait,
Vegas.
there's Portland, Maine,
Maine,
Boston.
Medford, Atlanta, Augusta, Charleston, South Carolina, Sacramento, Vegas. I added a bunch. Like I'm going to like freaking Billings, Montana,
What is going on?
Norfolk,
Why are you killing yourself? Do you wanna-
Wilkes-Barre,
you,
Pennsylvania.
you are seeing every city in America.
Baltimore.
Is this the last? This could be the last.
This tour is gonna go on to like next summer.
but this
is
also could be the last time you see her.
me.
I just-
Why?
I don't know. That's the way to get people to go.
Oh yeah. This is my farewell tour. No, I'm just touring like crazy because that's like my main gig right now.
You
And then
love
that show I'm on that
Yes, I've been seeing. When is that coming out?
May 25th on Netflix, Fubar.
And they're showing you a lot in the trailer.
I hit Arnold Schwarzenegger in the wiener.
I love it.
I say sack tap and hit him, but because it's an action comedy. I'm the comedy part.
And so everyone needs to watch that. And then you
Everyone
might-
watch that. I'll be on here before that airs.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
Definitely.
But for now, I'm on tour, fortunefeimster.com. I love when the Juicy Scoopers come to the show because they
I
yell
know.
out, Juicy Scoop, where they come to they like scurry down to the stage to let me know they're a Juicy Scooper.
Aw.
It's so sweet.
No, and I see that people like put in the thing that how funny it was. And
Yeah.
we went and we loved it. It was
Mhm.
great. And so,
Yeah.
well, be safe out there.
Thank you. I'm gonna see everyone at Boston.
Yeah,
Yeah, Frangiola will be with me in Vegas. That's the one he's coming
which
to
will be
do.
really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Bye, girl.
Bye, girl.